Welcome to the town of Tequila. Okay, so we're here in the town of Tequila. Yeah, Tequila is a real place, a real town. It's where tequila's from. We've booked ourselves onto a tour because it's the best way to see this place. We're at the distillery of Tres Mujeres, a tequila brand called Tres Mujeres. And yeah, we're here to check out the Garfield, drink a fucking lot of tequila.
We've got these nice necklaces that they've given us.
And hopefully make it home alive. Yeah, we've got our shot glass necklaces.
Gonna take this home with me.
All for educational purposes. So, we'll see you in
Salud.
there. Salud. Cheers. Before we get started, a top tip on booking these tours is through Airbnb experiences. The best prices, all the reviews there for you to see, lots of options, and a reliable middleman in the unfortunate case of any scams. It's super easy to use too. So, let's jump straight in. Our tour cost £23, included a full English-speaking guide, transportation to and from the city centre of Guadalajara, and unlimited tequila all day. A seriously good deal. Now, I know what your first question is. Obvious. How did tequila get its name? Well, look no further. Here's your answer.
Okay, so the meaning of the word tequila, well, you can't see it, but on this side we have a volcano. That's a volcano from tequila. And in its last eruption, it threw a black rock. This black rock is called obsidian. Do you guys know it?
No.
Yes? Okay, for those of that don't.
Nice.
Right here. All this black rock you see right here, this is obsidian. And this volcano, in its last eruption, threw lots of this rock. So this rock, it's really sharp when it's not worked on. And people used to be barefoot. So when they would walk around, they would get cut. So if you would say, oh, I'm going to the town or the region of Tequila, they would say, oh, you're going to the place where you cut yourself. That's where tequila got its definition. It means place where you cut yourself.
Now, before we get into the fun part, time to learn some tequila history. So, these are the agave plants, and when they get massive, they chop off all the stuff around it and take this middle bit, which looks like a pineapple, and that's what they actually make the tequila from. Now from there, that pineapple-y centre would be taken into a good old-fashioned oven, and once that process is finished, onto the roller, where an ox or a bull or some animal like that would just push this wheel all the way around, squeezing all that juicy goodness out of that centre part. And this is actually a practice that's still used today, although given with some extra regulations, but this old-fashioned process still occurs today with some more traditional brands. So enough of the old stuff, let's compare that to the process of today.
This is our area of fermentation.
Yes, that's correct. This is our first stage of fermentation, where we go from a sweet juice to a 4% alcohol content using yeast and water in these monstrous tanks. Now, the process that follows is to get the alcohol content up. It's known as distillation in these distillation chambers. Most tequilas are distilled twice, some of the more posh end are distilled 3 times, but basically each time that's going to raise the alcohol content until you get to your about 35 to 55%. Now tequila has to be between 35 and 55% alcohol. If it isn't, if it's too little or too much, it is not tequila. So this brand, Tres Mujeres, they actually make tequila for all these different brands. So like, this one's called Jaguar, and it's all the identical tequila, just bottled in different brands. So like, you could see 3 different bottles of tequila and it's all got the exact same thing in it. For different prices, different branding, everything. And it's all made here in these same ones. So don't believe the branding you see, it's all the same. Anyways, enough of the education, let's get drinking. Right, time for the first tastings of the day.
It's very light tasting.
Starting off light, 4 or 5%.
Some eggnog and coffee liqueur.
Yeah, some tequila based, like low liqueur stuff, so yeah. With our palates warmed up, it was time to get serious, and down into the barrel chamber we go. So each of these barrels are full of tequila. Each one's 200 litres. Some of them have been used before by like wine companies, and then the tequila company likes to use old wine barrels because apparently it gives it like a sweeter taste. But now we're heading down. Gonna give some tries, test out some cool tequilas, and yeah. Suddenly got very dark in here, but these barrels seem to be going on forever. So you ready to try some fucking tequila?
Yeah. Tasting.
Ready to try that tequila.
Tequila, come on, bro. Captain Darling, will you?
Yeah, there's a few barrels here.
Well, it's war for no reason.
But before we got started, one particular bottle caught our eye. Or our ears, rather.
Okay. Now, the classical music that this brand is being aged by says, or there's an experiment that verifies that the vibrations of the classical music affect the particles of the tequila, which makes this tequila have a better taste, and it's been more.
That was good.
I
You
did
did
that.
well.
Makes
Don't
it a
worry.
lot more smoother.
Yeah. And this is like the most expensive one.
Yeah, this is the most expensive tequila this distillery makes.
Uh-huh.
The price is around 4,200 pesos.
You can just imagine them in the cask, just having a great time,
Yeah.
kicking back, listening to their classical music as they ferment so elegantly. Such elegant fermentation in here. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that classical music was so peaceful it was kind of tempting to just hop in a barrel and begin fermenting ourselves. But we had some tastings to get on with, so let's go. We began with the 4 classical flavours of tequila, starting with the blanco on the end, which is the most basic. It's never been in a barrel, and it's probably what you're used to tasting if you've had tequila before, all the way through the blue, the reposado, the green, the añejo, and the red, the extra añejo. Now, as we're going up that line, basically it's being in the barrel for longer, so it's had more time to build up a kind of woody flavour and a stronger smell, but they're all 38%. They all have the same alcohol content.
Step by
Tequila
step.
blanco. Okay, let's rewind that a second. Looks pretty normal, no? Apparently not. Here's how you're really supposed to take a tequila shot.
We're gonna smell our tequila. This way, we're identifying the aromas of each one, okay? We're gonna smell it. When we smell, we hold our breath, we put our drink in our mouth, and we're gonna swish from side to side from 3 to 5 seconds. We're gonna swallow and we're going to exhale. When we're doing this process, try not to breathe in because it's going to make you cough or it's going to burn your throat, okay?
Yeah, very woody.
Very different.
Very woody
Okay.
flavour.
Very woody, exactly.
And doing the method means you can keep all the flavour in your
Exactly.
mouth.
All the flavors stay here. You guys can identify.
And now that we were pros on how to get max flavours out of our shot, we weren't holding back. About six shots into the day.
Very nice, they shit.
You couldn't even say it.
Shit socks in.
Yeah, we're gonna check out some agave fields now, so check this out. After the fields, it was time for another few shots and then our next destination. I'd say we're about 20 shots down at this point.
That horn was at least 5 shots.
Oh, feeling it.
Yeah, definitely.
In some cave in, what's this place called?
Amatitan.
Which is the town before Tequila, which actually claims that they discovered Tequila first. But they don't get the credit. And the name's not as catchy,
Exactly. Amatitan.
so we're in the caves of Amatitlan. This is the town before Tequila, and this is where they used to collect the water from to mix with the tequila in these caves. It's getting pretty claustrophobic right now. That's Joe. You can't see him, but you can see his light. And now you can see him. And after checking out the caves, it was time for a rowdy bus journey to our final destination, the actual town of Tequila. What the fuck? And many shots later, we've made it to the actual town of Tequila. Now, the actual town itself isn't as exciting as you may think. It's really just the final stop so you can mooch around the tequila shops, get a bite to eat, and tell your friends you've been to the real Tequila.
Oi. That is the end of a long, long day in Tequila. After lots of tequila. As you can tell by the sleepiness of these eyes. These ones. Yeah, we need a nap. But yeah, Tequila, cool place. Tequila's a great drink. Very underestimated. Peace. You want to sing Feliz Navidad right now? Christmas was like a month ago. More.
Feliz Navidad. Tequila, tequila. Tequila, tequila.